Hello and welcome to Money, 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 your weekly personal finance date with me, Surabhi Upadhyay. Retiring rich is everyone's dream. In fact, looking at the lifestyles that we lead today and, of course, the rate of inflation in goods as well as services, retiring rich is probably a necessity. The question is, how do you achieve your retirement goals? Well, this week, we'll put the spotlight on two of the key schemes in India that help you plan your retirement savings. The EPFO, the Employee Provident Fund Organization, and, of course, the National Pension Scheme, or the NPS. Anil Lobo, India Business Leader Retirement at Mercer, is joining me to help us make the right decision and, of course, know all the important differences between these two schemes and these two options. So, thanks so much, Anil. It's great to have you back on Money, Money, Money. It's been quite a while since we spoke about the, the retirement aspects in the landscape in India. I'm going to start by asking you about the key changes, because in this current financial year, there are some sort of tweakings here and there, both on the EPF side and on the NPS side with respect to the withdrawals, the flexibility that these two schemes offer. So why don't you first fill us in on the latest?
Yes, thank you, Surabhi, for having me again. And yes, the changes in terms of EPF is not much, though the UN number identification, attaching it with the Aadhaar, has stepped up, and most of the companies have completed this exercise, and this makes employees much easy to transfer their accumulated provident from one entity to another when they change job. And yes, the withdrawals in terms of EPFs remains the same. If an employee is not in employment for a period of 2 months, then he can withdraw. But the deterrent is that if he is getting another employment, since the UN numbers are linked with Aadhaar, it becomes difficult, unlike the olden days where employees would like to withdraw and encash when they change job.
Okay,
Yes.
so Aadhaar becomes the additional data point.
Additional, yeah. Aadhaar linking it to UN number. That becomes another deterrent. Actually, the objective of the Provident Fund is to preserve wealth until retirement. So when you change jobs, if you withdraw your accumulated fund, the purpose and objective is not met.
So I'll actually talk about some of the additional things for which you can now withdraw your EPF corpus, namely construction of a house. I think, in fact, even paying your home loan EMI. Yeah,
paying home loan EMI can be out of the PF accumulations. Up to 90% of PF accumulations one can use for the house building. And under extreme circumstances of ill health or children marriage or higher education of children also, the Provident Fund can be withdrawn to a certain extent, and these are extreme situations under those circumstances.
Are there any caveats, or is it completely clear and clean if you meet the criteria of a certain medical situation or a marriage, then you can simply take away 90% of your corpus?
Yes, it can be taken. Caveats, there are conditions for that which is set up by the EPFO for withdrawal.
Like what?
Like you will have to give the evidence of proof of these things. Maybe a marriage invitation, or proof of building house, or higher education requirements. These are the additional documents which needs to be provided. Same with in the national pension system also. One can withdraw up to 25%.
So that's an important difference straight away.
Yes.
That if you are in EPF and you want to withdraw, you can withdraw 90% of your money, but with NPS you can only withdraw 25%, and that too with lots of riders. I think.
Again, the riders are similar, where it is for higher education or house building, children marriage, as well as certain specified illnesses. It can be done thrice during the whole tenure of the scheme which he is in. But of course, it should be spaced at least 5 years apart.
Okay, so every time you're withdrawing, first of all, you can't withdraw more than 3 times during the lifespan of your investment with the NPS.
Yes.
And there must be a gap. So for instance, if I'm withdrawing today in 2017, then I can make my next withdrawal only in 22.
22, yes.
Okay, so that's pretty important to keep in mind.
Yes.
Now, what about taxation? When you're withdrawing your money either from NPS or from EPF, under these circumstances, illness, marriage, or higher education, etc., is it all tax exempt?
It is, because these are under the specific circumstances which has been specified in these rules. The withdrawals up to 25% is tax-free, but under NPS, as I said, it has to be spaced 5 years apart, and only under 3 times under the complete tenure of the contribution with the NPS scheme.
Okay, fair enough. Now that we've got some of these, new changes out of the way, the question is, which of these options is more suitable for you? Should you stick to the old format, which is the EPF? Should you move to the NPS? Should you do a mix of both? We'll try and get some solutions on the other side of the short break.